Alive.
Hi Dinesh, welcome to this weekly review, Saturday Stock Talk. And today we are going episode 1. Can you believe it? Now we are going to start with this series of analyzing the indices, analyzing the stocks, and for the week that has passed and what we may be able to see in the coming week. Are you excited for this?
I'm super duper excited, and it's going to add lot of value for our viewers because they're going to get the perspective as to what indices are doing, which sectors are doing well, which is not doing well, which stock to look at. It's going to be awesome, super duper. Nitin, yeah, go ahead now.
Yes, thank you Dinesh, and I will just be sharing my screen and showing how we are looking at the stocks. Can you just enable the screen
Yeah,
sharing?
yeah, done. Go ahead.
All right, wonderful. So this past week, or we can say the past 1.5 month, has been a very tight squeeze when we look at the broader market indices. And I'm sharing with you the chart of the Nifty 50, the major stock index or the market as we call it. And over here now, this is whenever we start analyzing, we always start analyzing the stocks or anything, the whole market, with the broader market index, and that is the leader, that is Nifty 50. And the second index that we look at is the Bank Nifty, because in the Nifty the major holder, 40% of weightage, is of banking and financial instruments. So these are the two major indices that will move the market, and the market moves in accordance with these two indices. Obviously there will be some stocks which will outperform up or down, but this is how we start analyzing. And let me give you a disclaimer: please do not take this as your the final binding. It could go absolutely right, it could go wrong, because the market does something different at all times, or we could also say it does exactly that. But you need to have your own analysis. I'm just here to teach you how to analyze the stocks, how to analyze the market, and what I have studied, and sharing that study with you. So getting started with the Nifty 50 index, we see that the Nifty 50 index has been trading in this very tight range of 15600 to 15900 since a very long time. That is almost 3rd of June to now. We have a 1 month of trading that is happening within 300 points only. So this can act as a make or break situation. Now, if we analyze, see, if you see on my chart, I use only three things. One is the Bollinger Band indicator, one is RSI, and one is the volume analysis. So you don't need too many indicators to tell you, but you need a deep study of that particular indicator or that particular candlestick pattern of volume or Bollinger Band. Now, if we see over here, let me first see that what kind of a price action is happening. Over here we are seeing that it is not creating a higher bottom, it is not creating a lower bottom, it is still holding on to this bottom over here, and it is currently at support zone in a very tight squeeze. You see the Bollinger Bands are also going very tight over here, which means that now the price is going in a very tight range. So in the next week also we can expect something going only in this range, say 15900 to 15600. So it could go up to 15900 again in the next week. If I look at the volume now, the most important thing, if you see, volumes from here has started dripping. They've gone down massively, and we see that the price has risen over here. With a rise in price and a fall in volume, we go back to the basics, the very basics, that is the Dow theory. The volumes are not in accordance with the rise in price. So if volumes are going down and price is rising, which means there is not much participation in the market. And when there is not much participation, we can expect that the market something different. Now it is just consolidating, and it is about time that we may see a correction in the next 1 or 2 weeks. It is due, and we'll just have a look here that, we've hit the support level almost 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4 over here. This is the 4th time we are hitting this support level. And the more number of times the support is hits or the resistance is hit, it gets weaker. So now we have seen already 3 times it hits the support level, and 4 times it's hit the support level, and 3 times it hits the resistance level. Now we are waiting for it to break out on either side to give us a clear picture of what it is doing. So this is the broader indice, and I'm going to go into sectoral indices and show you what various sectors, if you are holding various shares, so you can look at either consolidating your positions or adding positions if at all we have some good trades or in coming up on the next sector. So the next sector we are analyzing is the Nifty Auto. Now over here we see, we go again from a top-down approach. We go through a higher time frame and we see that it is nearing its all-time highs, but also it is creating a double top. We have shadows, long shadows on the upper side of the candles, and then a retracement back to that level, double top being created on a monthly chart. Weekly chart, absolutely flat and consolidating. Here we won't get the volumes, so we'll put the volumes down as of now, but going in a very tight range in the past 5 weeks or 7 weeks, I could say. So 7 weeks of consolidation. For any trend follower, this is a nightmare, but the best is to stay out of this market in this kind of a zone. And if we look at the daily chart, we are neither at support nor at resistance. But yes, if you see, so far we have created a higher bottom, which means there is some more scope left. And if we look at a momentum indicator called RSI, we are at a support level. So I use the momentum levels of 60 and 40 for my support and resistance and breakouts or breakdowns. On a daily chart, we are at a support level of 40, and although we are trading in the range, you see, between 40 and 60, but we may be able to see that prices come back to this.
Nitin, and it looks like there is some connection issue with the Nitin. So what all is happening is that now markets are in the sideways, right? It's not moving up, moving down. So it is just staying there. And we are going to take a review of various sectors in the market and see how it's going. So what the week has been and what the next week would be. We'll be doing that. Okay. Meanwhile, can we just check that the viewers who are there, can you just put in your joining from which city by the time Nitin joins, and we take the analysis forward. So the analysis is the top-down approach, what you were saying, right? So we are going to look at the broader indices, then we go to the sectoral indices, look at which sector is doing how based on the index, and then we will be looking at the stock, then the price action and the volume and the momentum indicator. So this is how it will be doing that. Yeah. Vijaypura. Hi, Ravi. Welcome. So, yeah, Ravi, we'll have to just wait until he comes. Otherwise, I'll just start sharing, and maybe, we can just look at a couple of analysis. So is there anything you would like to know, Ravi? So have you ever traded? Yeah, you have traded in the stock market. You can put yes in the chat box if you have traded even once. Yeah. And the weekly review will contain all the sectors, as I was saying, then to the stock. So currently, if you ask me, right, it is all sideways, and the trend following is another system which, thanks, Ravi. So another system which I will be, Venkatesh from Bangalore. Welcome, Venkatesh. Welcome. Awesome. So another system, the way we can do is the trend following, which I'll be sharing on every Tuesdays. Okay, please join every Tuesdays. So if you're not yet subscribe for this, and please share this with your friends and family so that we can have broader thing. Okay, so let me just take this up now. Let's do this. Fantastic. So can you all see my screen? I'm sharing my screen here. Just let me share my screen. And here we go. Okay. I've been following since a long time. Oh, that's wonderful, Ravi. That's really encouraging that you have been sharing for a longer time now. Okay, so let me just share my screen, and here we go. I'm just pressing the share, and let me just shift to the chat. A minute. Okay, that's okay. Right. So, Nitin, I think, has some problem to join. So you were supposed to review that. So we know that markets are in the sideways currently, and we stick to that and not trying to take much trades until you get the confirmation. So let me just stop sharing this, and I just want the chart to be there. Okay, window. Here we go. Okay, so here is the one. You can look at this, right? So I'm going to just go through this system and tell you how we'll be able to take that. So we will look at the indices. So first is a Nifty. So we go to the Nifty 50, which he was saying, completely in the sideways. So we're going to put the Bollinger Band for this on the price and see the squeeze. Look at the squeeze on the daily chart and look at this on the higher time frame. So we're going to look at on the weekly, right? Still it is not opened up, and also look at in terms of the monthly, right? So now we'll come back to the daily. So we have looked at this index. It's visible, sir. Thank you, Ravi. Thank you, Ravi, so much. Yeah. Okay. So now next we will go for the next index. Index will be Bank Nifty. Let's say, Bank Nifty, what it's doing on the daily time frame. Can you see it is also in the sideway, right? And then let's look at the Nifty Auto, right? We look at the Nifty Auto and see what the Nifty Auto is doing. If you see the Nifty Auto here, it is also is within the band, right? So, Ravi and others who have joined here, is there any specific stock you would like to ask me, saying that what's happening or what any view you want to have? So maybe I can just go through that and give you the inputs on that. Perfect. So this is the way you'll be doing on the squeezing of the thing, and we are going to go. So we look at the Nifty IT, what IT is doing. Generally, when it is also in the squeeze. Okay, so we are seeing that most of the indices as well as the indices itself is in the squeeze. So it's better to wait for further confirmation and then take the trade. So for the next week will be that we will watch and let the next week go. We'll see if there is any momentum, and in between, if we find something is happening, some things has changed, we'll come back and we are going to share with you. Okay, so if there is any questions I would like to take. Thank you for the analysis and comments. India, yeah, perfect, we'll do that. Here we do. Okay, comments India, if you say it is also inside the range. And maybe if we look at our other trend following systems, let's take this Ishimaki as well, which widely I follow. Okay, let me just give. Okay, comments India, it also looks like that it is getting into the sideway and it might get into the congestion. So if you are holding that, and based on whatever the system you are following, you could take the call. But the new entry, if you are looking at new entry, may not be the right time right now. Okay, that answers, Ravi. Good to go. Yeah, Ravi. Perfect. Just give me a confirmation saying that you got your answer. Yeah, thank you. So we'll be concluding this. Thank you. And the TCS, Venkatesh. Yeah, super. So we will look at the TCS. So I'm using one of the powerful trend following system for you. Okay, and I'm going to give you that. TCS, no buy. So it's not the right time to buy now. Okay, cool. So we are going to wait for some time. If you see, completely as per the Ishimoki system, it's not a good time to buy, right? So with this, I'll be concluding. Thanks a lot for joining, and stay tuned. Keep sharing with your friends on all the timelines, and we will keep meeting you. And next, we'll be meeting you on the Tuesday, right? And I'll be sharing the trend following system on that day. Thank you. Bye bye.